In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create an awesome theme selector that allows your user to visit the page and change the theme to whatever they prefer. This works with everything from just standard Tailwind, Daisy UI, Chakra UI, anything that allows you to change a theme or set a theme, this will work with. So if you're interested in making an awesome theme selector, let's get started. So to begin with, let's create a new application. So we can do npx create next app, and we'll give it a name of theme switcher. And once that's installed, we can start working on the Tailwind. If you prefer, you can use the Tailwind example that Vercel provides and that Tailwind says to use as a template, but just bear in mind it's using TypeScript versus JavaScript. So if you're unfamiliar, you're safer off creating the application and following along. So now we have our application, we need to install all of our dependencies. So you can do yarn add D for development dependencies, and then Tailwind, CSS, post CSS, and auto prefixer. Now those are installed, we can do npx tailwind css init and p, and that will give us our post CSS config file and a Tailwind config file. Then in the Tailwind config file, you're going to post in here all the content that we want to look for. So I can paste this in, but basically it's just /pages and then the types of files that you want to use. So we want JavaScript or JSXs, and then the same for components. We can hit save. And then the last step to get this set up is to use the globals here. And we just need to put in our global styles, which is Tailwind base, Tailwind components, and Tailwind utilities, and hit save. Now that's done, Tailwind is essentially set up and ready to be used wherever we want. So before we implement our actual code for our theme selector, we should just make some changes here so that it's using some styles that we can override using our theme. So first, let's go to this H1 and give it a few classes. We're going to give it text of 6XL, and we'll give it font bold. And then just make sure you wrap those in double quotes, hit save. Now this is a bit bigger here. And then this Next.js link, we'll give it a class name equal to text primary. And then we'll also give a couple of other spots some text primary and some text secondary. So inside this code block here, instead of having this class name for code styles, let's put in a padding of 3. Text is large, background is primary, text is secondary, and that will give us some changes here once we implement our theme switcher. Those two should be enough for us to get started. So the first thing we need to do is install a couple of packages. So go ahead and open up your terminal. Now you have your terminal opened, we need to install 2 packages here. One is actually the theme switcher, and the second one is just Daisy UI, so that I can show you how this works. So that will be yarn add Daisy UI and theme change. So now that's been installed, I've opened up our app.js where all the work is going to be done. So we're going to import useEffect, and that's going to come from React. And we're going to import theme change, and that's going to come from theme change. So now we have those 2 installed, we can actually start doing some work to allow us to change any of the themes. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that Daisy UI is configured to be able to use all the themes that are available. So inside the Tailwind config.js, under plugins, you're going to just do require and then Daisy UI and hit save. So now we have access to all the themes. So inside of our app here, we want to give some themes to be able to select. So I'm just going to put a few in here. So let's do const theme values equals, and then open a array and say, I want to be able to change to cupcake, bumblebee, aqua. So now we have the themes that we want to use. Now we can implement our code. So inside of useEffect, we're going to pass in theme change and set it to false. Now this is to help with React packages and will stop it from throwing an error. So now we have this use effect. Now we're available to use our themes however we want. So now we've hit save, that we've got our const values and our use effect. You can see that this has changed to Cupcake. And now we can make some changes in our return statement to allow us to select the theme that we actually want to use. So inside this return statement, change it from a standard return into a return that can have multiple lines. And then let's put our component back. So component, page props, and then close out our tag and hit save. Now we are ready to add our selector. So the way our selector is going to work, we're just going to pass in all the values from this theme value and allow the user to select them. First, let's create a select with a class name equal to text primary, and then data choose theme. And this is what handles our changing of themes. And this should be lowercase select. And then inside of that select, we need a default option. And the default option will just be an empty string. So option, give it a class name of text primary. Option value equals empty string, and we'll just say default value. And then you can see that this is shown up here. Now we need to set our actual theme values. We can do theme values.map so that we can map over all the options that we could have. And this could be a bunch of names for your CSS theme or your Chakra UI custom themes, whatever you want to use. But in our example, we can just use Daisy UI's theme names. So it'll be value. And then inside that value, we want to do a return, and inside of this return is where we're going to handle all of our different elements here. So we can do option, class name equals, and then give it text primary, give it a key equal to value dot to lowercase, so that we can just have it in a lowercase form. The value is also going to be the same. So value will be the exact same thing, so we can copy and paste that. And then we can close this out and then just pass in value as an option and hit save. Now we can just select whatever we want from our list and it will change based upon the selection. So the default value will be dark mode. Then we have Cupcake here, we have Bumblebee, and we have Aqua. So I hope you enjoyed this video learning how to use theme change to change a theme with Next.js. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already to get all the glorious Jamstack content. And of course, until next time, see ya.